With a fast feel and loads of power, this is a Tennis Warehouse racket review of the Mizuno Acrospeed 300. Coming back into the marketplace after an extended break, Mizuno is making an impact with their Acro line of rackets. True to its name, the Acrospeed 300 is quick in hand and easy to use. The racket is also powerful and spin-friendly thanks to technologies, including a dual Z layup with an Energy beam construction, as well as a boost grommet system. With a swing weight in the mid-320s, it offers a stable feel from both the baseline and up at net. The specs of this Mizuno racket caught my eye, and I had a good feeling that I was going to really like this frame. From the very first hit, I took it out to play kind of an important practice match. I started thinking, okay, I'll just warm up with this racket. After I warmed up, I was like, I really like it. Let me see it and play a couple games with it. I played a couple games with it, and then I ended up playing the whole match with it without putting the racket down. So it was a really easy racket for me to use, and it was a really easy transition for me as well. It plays pretty similarly to my racket of choice, the Yonex E-Zone 100. Now, from the baseline, I found it to have some controllable power, similar to my Yonex. I really liked how I could transition from defense to offense, and I was really able to make a lot of balls. In fact, some balls were going in. I was like, I didn't expect it to go in, which is not a bad thing. I actually had my opponent say, you keep hitting the line. So I really liked that aspect of it. And then up at net, I really liked the feel. I didn't feel like it played as firm as the specs indicate, and I found it to be pretty stable as well, even against some really tough hit shots. When it came to serves, I found I could really hit them consistently. I really actually liked it with my second serve. I was making a lot of second serves, and that really kind of boosted my confidence. I was able to really get some nice spin and having the ball land deep in the service box, so I was able to stay on the neutral side on my second serve. My favorite shot to hit was, of course, the return. For me, I was able to be aggressive with the shot and really step in and go for smaller targets. I didn't really have any negatives with this frame. One thing I noted was maybe the launch angle was a little bit shorter than what I'm used to, and that just took a small adjustment period before I really dialed it in. Overall, I was really impressed with the playability of this racket, and I will definitely add it into my top favorite rackets list.
Over the years of my lifetime of playing tennis, I have to say I've hit all kinds of rackets, but I've never played with one from Mizuno. So I really wasn't sure what to expect in terms of feel when I got on the court with this Acrospeed 300. The set of specs were very familiar, but again, Mizuno is a new brand in the racket world for me. Right off the baseline, I immediately really liked this racket. I found it very powerful, easy enough to hit for some topspin. Now I know my topspin numbers on my Zenith data are a little lower than usual, but I have to say I think it's due to the fact that our sample had a larger grip than I really like to use, so it was harder for me to come over the top of the ball when I was trying to add spin. But I do think that the racket is plenty maneuverable and the string pattern plenty open to get that access to spin. Like Brittany had mentioned, I thought that this racket was good whether I was playing defense or offense. I was getting good depth and I was getting good power off of my strokes. I liked the feel of this racket. It shows a pretty high stiffness, but I found it to be very comfortable, very dampened. I never noticed any shock on my off-center hits. Overall, I'm really impressed with this Mizuno racket, and I can't wait to try it out in my real grip size.
I got to spend a ton of time on court with this Mizuno racket, and I enjoyed every minute of it. I really liked the specs. It was an easy transition out of my regular Technofiber T-Fight 300. This one offers a more dampened, plusher feel compared to my racket, which is a crisper feel. But apart from that, I felt like I was getting similar power, similar spin out of this racket, and so it was a great fit for my game off the baseline. I liked the way I could get the racket through contact very quickly, get the spin I wanted to on my shots, and I really liked the feel of the racket too. It felt very connected to the depth and direction of my shots as well, so I had a good sense of where I was going to hit my shots, and that had me flirting with the lines nicely at net. Again, easy to maneuver, good power to help me put away anything high and juicy looking, and then enough touch and feel to help me like guide the ball and hit my little sneaky little drop shots and angle volleys. On serve, again, great access to both pace and spin. So I enjoyed it there as well. Really fun playtest for me. This is a racket I could take into a tournament and feel very comfortable with. Just a really nice blend of spin, power, and control for me.
It's not every day that I could completely agree with Brittany, Chris, and Tiffany on rackets that work for all four of us, but I have to completely agree with them on this one. I am so excited to hit with this racket. It definitely is a guilty pleasure racket for me. all I want to do is hit the ball hard, which really is me every day, but this racket was so fun to hit with. It felt amazing from the ground. And something that was awesome about this playtest is we actually had an opportunity to hit these blacked out. So I had no idea what the specs were, because I think if I saw the specs, I wouldn't pick this racket up. But in my hands, I am playing with this racket all the time because it is so fun to swing from the baseline. On serves, I'm finding really easy power. This one instantly reminded me of a Wilson Clash, specifically the Clash Pro, which I really like. And when I pulled up those numbers, I was pretty shocked to see that the stiffness rating was a lot higher on this Mizuno racket, because it doesn't feel higher. It feels almost identical to the Clash, in my opinion. So no comfort issues, but really good stability. And it has the ability to hold the ball in the string bed just a little bit longer than a lot of other rackets, and then spit it out with tons of access to spin as well as power. So I'm gushing about this racket just as much as they are. At net, no problems, really easy point and shoot. I'm really excited to get a chance to customize this one, maybe beef up the swing weight just a couple points, add a little bit of weight, but all in all, an amazing play test. For this playtest, we strung it up with tennis only P6 at 52 pounds. And to learn more about this racket and many others, please visit us at Tennis Warehouse, Tennis Warehouse Europe, or Tennis Only.